Hi YouTube, this is Spars Gaming. We are here on day 2 of the store championships in Connecticut. Well, we're home. We just came back a couple hours ago. We did pretty great. Well, I did. My brother did. Yeah, he got second time, 4th place in the top. It was capped at 16 players, or I think 17 players. But it was fine. Whatever. But he got 4th place. That was great. So we'll talk about my results another day. We're gonna do like 4 videos. So this is the second video for him. So this is my brother, Corporate Venom / Vladimir Garcia. So yeah, this is his second deck he used. He played one of the best red decks right now, and it's basically GT. It's a great deck. And he's gonna talk about experience. Go ahead.
The deck overperformed, definitely. I did not felt at one time the deck was giving me the middle finger. Well, actually, I did one time. And it was like that one match I did not want to lose.
Yeah.
Which was on the 3rd round. But other than that, that deck is really, really, really good and very consistent.
Yeah, we'll talk about your results and like matchups at the end of the video. But let's just go into the video on the deck. So let's start.
So obviously the leader starts off. You start off with the
flip
Unison.
It over. Thank you.
You start off with with Unison on play. I play 2 copies because you never know. If I ever get Kai'd or anything shenanigans of that sort, then I'll have a backup. If not, I could just play it back with the backside. So on swing, grab a Saiyan and put on the Unison and draw 2, and on 7 markers or 4 less life, draw 2, flip over. Draw 1 on swing, pay 1 to replay the Unison if it's not on play, and the quote-unquote ultimate, which is Spur Boost 10, and play the big boy from under the Unison and give it plus 5k.
Yeah. How long did you hold off the Awakening for the deck? Like
until I felt like I had sufficient resources under the Unison, and I started to run out of Saiyans to put under with the auto. So, or if I noticed my opponent awakened before me, and they're about to go into whatever tempo play they're gonna do, or start rushing me down, so I'll awaken immediately. That way it will be a lot easier for me to defend. Granted, I do have a lot of defensive options, but I wanted to be safe.
Yeah, you try to awaken as later as you can. Yeah,
I mean, the more the defense you have, fine, hold it off as much as you can.
Yeah,
but there is gonna be a point when the opponent's gonna play a bomb that you cannot get rid of. Then you're probably better off awaken and have that extra protection.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, if your opponent's holding you down, well, it didn't happen to me on this day. But if you have an opponent that's holding you back, not even swinging at going for your life, then you pretty much have no choice but to awaken, just to go down on life. Granted, on its time rules, you might want to avoid awakening early.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to the deck.
Yep.
Let's start with the main engine. Free at the 8 drop. Don't need more. Don't need any less.
Yep. Free is perfect.
Yeah. Granted, it's supposed to be like play this and you basically try to win, but never win a match or never run a game with it. A lot of time it was just like a lot of silver bullet bait or like.
Yeah, advance against state.
Yeah, simply advance against it, or just nuke my opponent's board if I didn't have the SCR. 4 pan, I say probably arguably the best card in the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a small comment. I see a lot of profiles running free. I totally disagree. You need 4. 4 is like a must for the deck.
let's go to the meat and potatoes of the deck.
Yeah, that card is awesome. That card is awesome.
Yeah. I like it. I played it a lot. 4 of the crit.
Totally agree with that decision. 4 is off. You should I see a lot of people doing free. I know they're doing it because they want to run a 50 card version or less than 60. But the fact is, you really need to see these cards, and you need to have them under the unison as fast as possible.
You could get away with running free.
Yeah, you can.
But you gotta have to compensate for the lack of name, because you really need. Because granted, you can put any red Saiyan, but you want to put these down.
Yeah, with a leader, you can put any Saiyan, but you want the ones you can play off.
Yeah.
The pan and the play themselves.
Yeah. So 4 of the 1-drop. Oh, the best starter for turn
Definitely.
1. It fixes hands. It gives me a name under the unison, and the fact that he can search any red Saiyan is the best part.
Yeah, it's true.
That's the Gokus. For the Trunks.
I think he says a specific cost, but I think he searches almost everything.
No, it's just simply a red Saiyan. 4 or less.
Yeah.
Or unison.
Yeah.
A cost of 1, but that never comes out. Only running 7 Trunks. I thought was running 4 of these, but turns out either there was only 3 on the deck, or I brought it down to 3 without realizing. But I would probably run 4 of this.
Yeah, bump it up.
Bump this up to 4, and that'll bring me up to 8 Trunks.
Yeah, we've been debating into those ones. The ratios. Yeah.
I even debated taking it out, but
you just need it. It's a name.
It's a name. I need it. And actually, it came up a couple times where my opponent, example, against you SS4, you kept trying to go for my leader, so I'll just block with this.
I wonder who was that.
Yeah.
I wonder who was that.
Yeah, but it came up. It proved me wrong. But I'll keep it at least with these 2. I'll keep it like this and run 4.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate the Trunks are not as good as the Gokus, so you have to run them.
And he's an alternate starter, and granted, I prefer the search over the draw.
Yeah, exactly.
And now that's the main GT package and engine. Now for like red staples and so free Bardock.
That card is awesome.
This card, I'm not saying it underperformed. It's just that I came across situations where the card wasn't good at that moment, whether the card had barrier or when I played it, there was nothing on the board. Yeah. So it was simply a poke at life.
Yeah.
But if there were situations that this card would be good, I wouldn't even take it. This is perfect for me. I love this.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Yeah. So it didn't overperform and didn't even underperform. It simply I ran into situations where there were better options, or simply I couldn't maximize its value.
Yeah, theory crafting is great on paper, and
on paper it's yeah,
and on practice it did work well. It's just how unfortunately matchups happen. So yeah.
One of this. So basically, whether I do the pan, or do the leader skill, or the 8-drop skill, it's an extra body. Basically, that's it. It's an extra body, and it's another poke because everybody is going to try to stop a crit swing, no matter what the state of the game or whatever. But it's a free body.
Yep, exactly.
And if anything, charge combo, I'll put it under the unison.
Yeah, I totally agree. Just a one-off.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
My favorite one-off of the deck.
Yeah,
the card that overperformed out of every tech card.
Yeah, we're bumping this too. Definitely, this is a great card.
I'll keep it at 1 because technically you only keep 1, and he serves as a 4th copy of Bardock essentially, where I can have both of these on.
Yeah.
And let's say if I had another Saiyan, which I probably will, so for 2 energy I have this value, and he's the perfect bait for like Realm of the Gods and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So like my opponent will focus on this 25 beat stick and forget about everything else.
Yeah, I agree. I would run it at 2, but obviously that's his preference. But it's a fantastic card. It's a great one-off. Doesn't matter. You'll draw because you draw so much. You cycle way too much. And you can search it of the Goku. There's so many ways you can get
it. That's why also I keep it 1 because I can search it with the Goku, or draw into it, which a lot of times that's what happened.
Yeah. Agreed.
New ruler. Won me couple.
Yeah, put a little more down here. There you go. Perfect.
There you go. Yeah. So, I think it won me a game or 2, but it definitely did its job, which is apply more pressure. And if my opponent token negated before I play this is basically the biggest FU to that. To
exactly.
And the one card my brother hates the most, and he did not want me to play, and my second favorite tech choice.
Yo. Oh my god, how much I hated this card. Oh god.
Yeah, and she essentially won me the game against SS4.
Shut up.
And the perfect counter bait. Because nobody wants this to resolve.
Yeah. The fact that it has barrier and there's not much interaction against her. Yeah. Obviously, you can counterplay if you're playing blue and God sealing it.
I do plan keeping her and maybe running one of the wish card that can bring reborn.
Yeah, familiar bonds. Yeah,
familiar bonds. Just in case, like she gets counterplayed, or some time after if I don't kill them and I draw into it and she's in the drop area, then boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Champa. No, I don't need to explain what it is, what it does. Now for the heartfelt plea package. Yeah. I brought this down to 2. Basically, as it's a searchable target. I don't want to clog with 10Ks.
Yes.
Or card I cannot charge in active mode on turn 1 or any turn at all.
Yeah, totally agree.
If you want to run more, go ahead. I will not even argue.
Yeah. You can get away with free. You can.
But this is just simply my choice.
Yeah, preference.
Because I do not want to... I only want to see it when I'm going to use it, when I know I'm going to use it, and when I have this in hand. Which, spoiler alert, this never happened. I never drew into it, and I never played it. And it always came out... This always came out in Game 2 and 3. Well, Game 2, because none of my games, win or loss, went to Game 3. At 1, pseudo secret rare, basically.
Yeah.
You can, a very cheeky play would be if you do this, draw 2, well, do this, draw 1, do this, draw 2, if they don't crit, and then slap this on top and draw another 2 cards. Very cute plays.
Yeah, cute.
Yeah, another personal tech choice of mine. So the idea with this card is that since I basically go wide with this right there with little to no investment, pivot to a tall temple swing. So I can either pump this up and just swing with this and eat a negate, or pump this up and slap this on top of it, and that way nothing will stop this swing.
Yeah.
Except a blocker.
Yeah.
And since it's deflect, the only thing that can stop this is a charismatic villain or a Videl. And even then, he'll be probably too big.
Yeah, and we didn't see any green today, so it doesn't...
there was a green deck, but I never played against that.
Oh yeah, the cooler. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the green cooler, and obviously the secret rare choice, the boy, the card that got me a lot more. I say about 70% of my wins were with this guy, or he didn't give me the win right away, but he bends the board to my favor in such a way that it basically turned the tide.
Yeah, he turning the tide.
No. Red staples. This is my super combo lineup. My brother originally run 4 Krillins, then he changed it to this. I like the idea, and this overperformed both offensively and defensively, and this is basically I can just combo and draw 1 at any from turn 1. Counterplays. Nothing more said. For the one game I lost, I never saw this. And this is just to stop shenanigans.
Yeah, floodgates and all that, repost and all that, etc.
And also forgot to show, these are my overall targets. I wouldn't recommend running 2. This is just something preferential. So there are moments where this is really good, and this is just better to close out games. Because he replaces himself in case my opponent does counter him. So I get a draw 1 and a restand in energy. That way my investment isn't wasted. And this won me the game against SS4 Vegeta. And only one testing me up because I want to keep my life as high as possible. Basically, I want to stay at 6 life 80 to 90% of the time in the game. Only 2. You don't need any more because I don't want to clog with this. And there's
the best card of the deck.
And
talk about it.
Yep, and the best card in the deck.
No, the card that's gonna get banned soon.
It might get banned. I won't be surprised if it does. Literally on my final round, it's what saved me from a holy beatdown from a secret rare rush from the Trunks and Piccolo. And
the Gohan and Piccolo SCR.
Yeah. Any threat. Any time from the midpoint of the game and onward, this will kill anything that my opponent slapped down.
Yeah, I saw him get to 20 markers, so you can kill anything after that.
Yeah.
And now let's head to the side deck.
Sideboard. The go-to red sideboard card. Good against Trunks Geta, and what was today Red Broly BR, anything that's a tall strategy. This to King Vegeta, sort of the same thing as this. If my opponent likes to play with barrier cards, this ignores barrier as well and stop weenie rushes, or mirror match as well. Stop the weenie rush. Hand control hate. Barrier hate. This is mainly for Trunks Geta to do away that pesky Trunks barrier blocker. Blue and yellow, and blue hate.
Yeah. Well, that's the deck right there. What were your matchups?
Round 1 was Samsu Wish. Pretty easy matchup for this deck. Given that deck has a problem with weenie rushes, and it doesn't have the lethality, so it will play bombs, but it won't kill me. And granted, this is the Indestructible's worst nightmare. Red. Round 2 was SS4 Gogeta. 2-0 that.
SS4 Vegeta. SS4 Vegeta.
Vegeta. My brain is fried. SS4 Vegeta. Round 2. 2-0 that. The game 1 was lightning fast. Round 3 was my one and only game loss, which was against Red Broly BR. I lost basically because I kept hitting my panic button way too early on, and first game in both games I never saw Yamcha, and I was playing weird. I was off that game. And also it didn't help that he kept ripping my hand. So I couldn't ever defend or go on any offenses because I didn't have basically anything.
The last match was
my last match was Trunks Geta. I was surprised how easy that matchup was, considering how strong that deck is.
Yeah, it was a 2-0, right?
Yeah, it was a 2-0. I don't know if he because the 2 matches he barely played any Vegetas. I'm not sure if he was intentionally not playing Vegeta or he wasn't seeing his Vegetas. Either way, it was surprisingly good in terms of favor towards me. I did not expect to do my deck to do so well, especially when the sideboard came into play.
Yeah.
Which I just kept. Anytime he tried to attack me, I just stop him with Violent Rays, which is the safe thing to do.
All right. Then that's the deck profile and deck and matchup report. Any shout outs?
Nah.
Not shout out to the one who drove you to the tournament?
No.
No? Okay. All right. He's doing indirect shout out to me because I'm in sponsor. All right. Thank you, Vlad. And we'll do next month. We're going to go to August Store Championships in Manchester and Enfield in Connecticut. So yeah, we'll see you again over there.
Yep.